News when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Denise Pellegrini. Big developments in the New York City mayor's race. Eric Adams ending his re-election bid amid sagging poll numbers and a push from political and business leaders to clear the way for a more potent challenge to Democratic nominee Zohran Mamdani. Adams' campaign spokesperson Todd Shapiro says the mayor, who was running as an independent, is leaving the race. The decision follows reports Adams was entertaining potential job offers from both the Trump administration and the private sector in exchange for bowing out of the race and helping to clear a path for former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, who is polling in second place, to challenge Mamdani. President Trump to join a meeting of the nation's top brass Tuesday in Quantico, Virginia. It was intended to highlight Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's focus on a warrior ethos. Bloomberg's Wendy Benjaminson.
He doesn't want the military to focus on issues like diversity or inclusion or any social issues.
Bloomberg's Wendy Benjaminson reporting from Washington. Talks tomorrow on a government shutdown October 1. Sources say the top 4 congressional leaders will meet with President Trump at the White House. One of the 4, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries.
Hopefully we avoid a shutdown this time around. And if we're in one, we find a quick path out.
Jeffries on ABC's This Week. House Majority Leader Steve Scalise, Republican from Louisiana, looking to the Senate for answers.
It's on Chuck Schumer and Democrats in the Senate to keep the government from shutting down, and I hope they'll come to their senses and do that early next week.
Scalise there also on ABC's This Week. The short-term funding bill he's talking about would go till November 21. President Trump previously said Democrats must drop their demands for renewing health care subsidies and ending Medicaid cuts before he would agree to sit down with them. If the government does shut down the U.S. jobs report investors are waiting for on Friday, the September report will be delayed. Economists say that report likely showed continued weakness in the job market. OPEC Plus likely to approve another production boost of at least 137 barrels a day at its next meeting. An official decision will come around the August 5th video conference key members have scheduled, according to sources. Bloomberg's Grant Smith.
The group has been speeding up the return of halted production over the past few months, and with prices recovering towards $70 a barrel, appears to feel vindicated that this decision is working out and it can add a little bit more.
Bloomberg's Grant Smith reporting. Oregon Governor Tina Kotek pushing back on President Trump's order the military be deployed to Portland, Oregon to quell immigration-related protests and to use full force if necessary to do it.
Any deployment would be an abuse of power and a misuse of federal troops.
Kotek says she spoke with President Trump and told him so, but U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi in a video on X says the U.S. is in a, quote, new era of political violence.
These are not peaceful protests. These are coordinated attacks by radical extremists, and they end now.
Some say a storm could be brewing on Wall Street. Most read story on the Bloomberg terminal, the echoes of 2007 are starting to become louder as massive leveraged buyouts and an ever-growing pile of risky debt cause concerns about the economy. Some are drawing comparisons to the financial crisis. Joanne Shu, Director of Surveys at the University of Michigan, does see weakness in consumers.
Overall, consumers' views continue to be quite subdued about the future of the economy. We're seeing this for all index components and across multiple dimensions of the economy.
Shu there on the Bloomberg Intelligence podcast, which you can download wherever you get your podcasts. In the Middle East, witnesses say Israeli tanks have advanced to the heart of Gaza City. Israel's prime minister is scheduled for a White House meeting with President Trump tomorrow. Gaza's health ministry says over 66,000 Palestinians have been killed in the Israel-Hamas war. And third and final day of the Ryder Cup is underway. Europe leading dramatically. The score 12-5 before a shot was struck because Victor Hovland has withdrawn due to injury. That means his match versus Harris English has been deemed a tie. And that's news when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Denise Pellegrini. This is Bloomberg.